Hello you. Okay, so this video, let me just adjust. Look, this place is full of lovely windows. Light is really just messing with me. Sun goes here, sun goes there, clouds come out. Every time I'm moving computers. I'm moving angles. Cray. Okay, this video is more of a little rant, more of an insight that I sort of had this past week, like one Wednesday when I was just scrolling through my emails looking for something. And I'll give you some context behind why I'm making it. And it's a moment of, I guess, just insight and reflection for me that I wanted to share with you in case you have been in a similar situation, which is I have always told one particular person in my life, like, she's a little bit negative, she gets down on herself a lot, and she speaks sort of hurtfully to herself. Her self-talk is not the best. And so all the time I am telling her, like, excuse me, talk to yourself better. Here comes the sun. Okay. Talk to yourself better. Use different language. Your language really matters about how you feel. And I'm just on her a lot. I'm just kind of a pain in the booty, to be quite honest, because I believe so strongly in like self-talk, and I've seen it improve my own life, that I'm a little bit like on her. So when I hear her say hurtful things about herself or just language that is detrimental, I feel, I tell her. And so it's probably very annoying to be around me, 100%. I'm sure she's not the only one that feels that way. 100%. But what I realized was when I was searching through my email for this, just like this book that I had bought last year, a couple years ago or something, I happened upon these emails where I was to my partner at the time. I was saying, I had written all these emails, and we had hundreds of chats and exchanges and emails and those little G-chat things where I was really going through a hard time and I was down on myself. And I'm talking like a sustained period of feeling confused about who I was, feeling like I love the sun so much. Feeling like I'm not sure how to show up, how to I was just not confident. I was really not confident. Yeah, I gotta just chill with this light. This light is insane. I'm sorry too, by the way. I'm gonna really figure out how to shoot proper video. And I was just not confident. I was really down on myself. My language showed it. I would say things like, I feel so stupid. I don't feel put together. I feel like other people are gonna judge me. They'll think I'm a fraud. I just don't know. And he would say things like, no, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. And I would say, oh my God, you see all my bags of clothes there, because I haven't unpacked. And he would say things like, no, everything's going to be fine. You just got to keep your head up. And I would get down on it. I would say, no, nothing's going to change. It's all just going to be like this. And that was maybe 2017. So 2000. That was, at least 8 years ago now. But I was shocked when I saw these emails. I knew I was going through a hard time then, but I was shocked at just how my language was around myself and my life. I was calling myself stupid. I was so underconfident. I was saying I had like this doomsday mentality and this approach. And when I read these emails, I instantly, like, my eyes started to tear up because I thought, well, I first and foremost saw just how much I needed support at that time, and like how much he really did support me. And that was a huge learning for me, was that someone was genuinely trying to be there for me through what was a very, very hard time, and he was doing his best. And what can one other person do when your loved one is going through something yes, it's internal and it's hard for them, but there's literally not anything you can do. that person has to go through their experience and learn from it and get stronger and build that muscle. And so it was really important for me to see that him just being there was what I needed. And it also really showed me that, wow, I felt so heartened by the fact that confidence, like the way I operate now and how I think about myself and how I feel about myself and my life, especially in the last few years, is a literal 180. I mean, I love my life, and even still hard things happen. I went through a really hard breakup in 2016. I moved, to my parents and saw some hard things and helped my mom take care of her office, which was so hard, and their health was suffering. It was so hard. I lost part of my hair. I moved to Thailand for a few years. Like, life isn't, just chill all the time. But the way I feel about myself and the way I feel like I can move through things and the resilience and the capacity that I've built has been this process over the last 8-9 years of really building that. And yes, going through hard things. But I just saw, holy cannoli, this process is learnable. There are tools that can help you. I mean, the way I operate now is so different. Even when I'm going through problems, I'm solution oriented. I'm positive. My baseline is faith and trust and God. And yes, I have insecure moments. I think no matter who it is, and I've interviewed quite a few people who are super successful, you're at the top of your game. You have insecure days. That's not what I mean. I mean your baseline. When stuff happens, how do you come back to yourself? How do you build up your tools to get back? And that for me has totally shifted. I have a really solid toolbox. I have a really solid support system, some that I hire, like my coach, and some friendships that I've really built that are the nourishing, energizing, deeper friendships for people who know you and how you can show up the full spectrum of who you are, and they know what you're capable of. And just the way I feel about myself and my self-love is, it's so different. And I really had a moment of shock when I saw myself 8 years ago, especially in these emails and the language. And it instantly made me have more compassion for this person in my life, because maybe this is what they're going through right now. Maybe this is what she needs, is just someone to be there while she's learning how to go through this particularly shitty time. And so it really took the edge off me feeling like I had to fix or help or even give any kind of advice to this person, and just really allow me to be there with compassion. And the best thing I could do is actually pray, and in my meditations and stuff, just kind of send her a lot of love, a lot of compassion. I think that's actually the best tool. And that's the only reason I wanted to share this with you today is, remember, you started somewhere too. I definitely started somewhere. And even where I am right now in 2017 is probably going to be like the starting point for who I have yet to become. That's pretty thrilling to me. It's constant progress and progression of self. I know I'm a lifelong student of myself. So it's very heartening to know that this is also a starting point for who I have yet to become. And to know that sometimes people just need presence, and that you being there is enough support. It actually takes the pressure off me to feel like I have to fix or solve or what have you. And to know that it's teachable, to know that you can change, that you can become a different person. I am proof of that. I am proof. It was so shocking when I saw those emails. So that's it. That was the whole thing, is be compassionate. Know that you have started and have likely been in a very similar position to someone you may be judging right now, which I definitely was. Have boundaries. Don't just let everything come in. That's very important. I will always stand by that. But be present if you can. Let go of all the fixing, controlling, helping that you feel you want to do. And just know that sometimes being there is enough. Thanks for watching. If you like this, subscribe somewhere here. I'll figure it out soon enough. And share this if there's someone who you're judging or someone who might be judging you, or you know someone that's going through something hard and they just might need to hear this. Send this to them. Please send it to them. Be that person, okay? I will always, always encourage you to be the light. Be this kind of light, man. Be this kind of light, man. Woman, be this kind of light, okay? Because that's who you are. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Love you lots. Till next time. Bye.